First, I want to thank Rabbi Greenstein for the honor of being able to share these words with you and with Irma. I probably am confident in saying I speak for so many of us who have been her colleagues, co-workers over the years. And one more personal note, what a pleasure it is to share the bima with Rabbi Bess and Abby Strauss, neither of whom have I ever shared the bima with, and of course always with Rabbi Katie and Rabbi Greenstein. The temple is in great hands. So how did God choose Moses to lead the Hebrews out of Egypt? What criteria did he have for making the greatest and most elaborate mission in history a success? The Midrash says that when Moses was a shepherd for his father-in-law Jethro, and he was keeping the flocks in the desert, one of the lambs wandered off and became lost. And even though Moses understood that his job was to deal with the whole flock, he took the time, the effort, and went out and found that lost lamb and brought it back. For 25 of Irma's 40 years of working as part of the Temple Israel staff, I was a rabbi of Temple Israel in one form or another. In her roles as teacher, board member, officer, program director, youth director, more than that, as dear friend and colleague, and I may say often role model, I realized that so much of what I take pride in those years could not and surely would not have become reality without Irma. So what was and is unique about Irma Cohen? And I'm sure many of you could raise your hands and say it. My turn. And why the story of Moses and the lamb? Well, the road to hell is not, as they say, paved with good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good ideas that never happen because no one makes them happen. The road to hell is paved with missions waiting to be fulfilled, except that some people envision them but don't know how to do them, and other people know how to do them but can't figure out why to do them. Irma Cohen, like Moses in the Midrash, can see the big picture. She understands and believes in the mission, but her greatness is also that in the midst of a great project, Mitzvah Day, planning with dozens of agencies and hundreds of people, teenage trips with subways and hotel rooms and restaurants, Sunday morning classes with all the hecticness that goes with that, Irma never loses sight of both the big mission and the individual lamb. How many times has she said, we need to make sure that that youngster gets included, or that person is just waiting to be asked, or we have to find a way to make that woman or man or child feel at home at Temple Israel and at home in Judaism. We may sometimes picture Irma with charts and flow sheets and tables with names in columns or projects. But Irma never forgets the sacred purpose of what she and we do to bring Jews together, to enrich their lives with each other, to enrich the lives of others through the mitzvah of service and acts of loving kindness, to preserve the best values that Judaism has, that were taught to her by her parents of blessed memory and taught by her to so many. I said that she was sometimes my role model. That was not an idle platitude. Lots of people are efficient. Lots of people are gifted. Lots of people get it done. Irma deeply believes that the programs and the mitzvah projects and the dinners and the teen trips, the classes and the field trips that she so amazingly made happen She believes that they are sacred, that they have meaning far beyond simply jobs to be done. Occasionally, a rabbi can get caught up with moving the papers from one side of the desk to the other. Irma was a constant reminder that our work is holy, and she reminded us by her attitude and her acts, rarely by words. Likewise, a rabbi may, in the midst of just getting it done, hear an idea and respond, "Great, it's too bad we can't do it." But if the idea would serve people, the Jewish people, the community, the Jewish world, the temple, for Irma, there was never, "We can't do it." It was always, "Here's how we can do it." A role model, regardless of her title. I could speak of her beauty of person and spirit, her graciousness, her ability to relate to people of every age and stage, her gentleness and her humility. It was never about Irma. But let me put it this way. About the woman who can make amazing things happen while never losing sight of the individual lamb that might get lost, their feelings, their needs, their strengths, their vulnerabilities. Irma has been known to say, as many of us have, the devil is in the details. It's a common term. Much of life, that's true. The devil is in the details. On a night when we honor and praise Irma Cohen for all she has done and all she is for so many, many people, the real truth is, whether teen trip or mitzvah day, religious school class or Shabbat dinner, the real truth is that for Temple Israel, for 40 years, the truth has been the angel is in the details. And most of the time, that angel is Irma.